Those are, of course, the dulcet tones of Andy singing Seven Nation Army when he thought no one else was listening. The song he comes up with when he's just trying to kill time. A song he just heard for the first time, and he loves it. It's not bad to Andy.
It's so good. It's such a simple song.
Welcome to My Gorgeous Son, the podcast where I, Rollie Bush, help my beautiful, bad to the bone, and bad, rotting at the bone level, son, Andy Bush, who was recently shrunk by a shrink ray and has barely recovered. His genetic content, according to one doctor friend of mine, is borderline evil. We've made him bad, we've made him sick, and he's melting away. His bones have been described as soft as a baby's ass, and his organs have been described as deeply, deeply affected by the process you put him through. Welcome, Andy!
Hi, Dad. How's it going?
Pretty good.
I didn't know that. I didn't read that part of that I was evil. My genes are evil. I have evil genes, you're saying.
Yeah, we put you through such a ringer that the doctor was worried about what... Granted, he wasn't so much a doctor as a priest, and he was foreign, and he didn't fully understand what I said, but when I showed him the string ray, he called it evil, and then I told him he used it on you, and then he called you evil.
Okay, so now that you've clarified, that makes a little more sense instead of speaking to an actual medical doctor who decides that genes are evil. But yeah.
Medical doctors are pricey.
Yeah. We're in Canada, though.
Yeah, but they consider shrinking and unshrinking a cosmetic procedure, so you have to pay for that one.
It's not covered under OHIP.
No, it's like an ingrown toenail or like dental work.
Oh, yeah, a shrink ray.
Yeah.
Why did you take me to a medical doctor? Why didn't you take me to like a scientist or something like that?
I don't know, but that would have cost money too. But I took you to a free church.
Yeah, a church. Oh, so I don't know. I was pretty out of it at that point because of the side effects of the shrink ray, so I didn't exactly remember where we were going.
Yeah.
So you took me to just a church.
Yeah, we dragged the shrink ray in. We showed it to the priest. He was from away.
From away?
He was...
you don't want to specify where he was from.
And he was deeply confused, but he was fairly certain what we were showing him, after I shrunk a Bible to thimble size, was evil. Yeah. I really hope people listen to these episodes in order, otherwise this is going to be baffling!
Yeah, we're really getting into like the canon. We're building a world here. So
I'm using the Netflix model, which is serialization over quality.
Very true.
If you got enough cliffhangers, it doesn't matter what happens in between them.
Yeah, just as long as the beginning's really interesting, the end's really interesting, just put a bunch of garbage in the middle.
That's right. It's actually too much credit to give that to Netflix. I believe True Blood started that.
Ah, that's true. And then Stranger Things just jumped on board, I think.
Oh, baby. Nothing I like better than 5 minutes of interesting television at the end of a show, 5 minutes of solving that new cliffhanger at the beginning of a show, and then 23 to 400 minutes of characters biding their time. Or the Game of Thrones version. 8-minute scenes that are metaphors.
That was you. I disagree. I thought the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones was good.
I don't love characters next to a chessboard explaining which one of them's the knight and what's going to happen to the pawn in this conversation.
No, but do you get it? That's them talking about war and stuff.
Yeah, that is war and sex.
And that is the sweet voice of our podcasting intern, fresh from the Ryerson program. I say fresh from, that's incorrect because he's still a student. It's Everardo Ramirez.
What's up, guys? I actually was just awarded longest student ever to be in one single program at Ryerson.
And that plaque on that trophy was so big.
It was very big.
Yeah.
So big they said they couldn't even hang it up in the halls. So.
Okay.
Wow. And it was very crudely carved in as if you made this.
Well... I mean, I don't know. It appeared one day, and I'm honored nonetheless.
Yeah, I like that it's called longest student and not longest tenured student.
That's what I thought. That was weird too. But
you are a long man.
That's true. I'm the oldest, therefore the longest and tallest student.
Yeah. That's basketball terminology. They don't call people tall anymore. They call them long.
That's not
tall
true.
is offensive.
It's true. But I think it mostly means because it's like how tall you are to the top of your head doesn't really matter. It's like how tall are you to the tip of your fingers when you stretch out.
Oh, so you're like, he's a long man? Look at that long man.
Look at the length on him, they say. Or they'll say he's got a big body.
Oh, they say, well, look at the length makes sense because they wouldn't say look at the, what is it?
You're not blocking shots with the top of your head. That's what hands for, my friend. Now that's what I said.
Yeah, they all rhyme now. They just speak in couplets.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always like
Consider reach.
there's like the straight arrow basketball announcer who's like, he's got the ball, shot goes up, here's the stats. And then there's always the goofy announcer who's like the sidekick. And sometimes he says, oh, sometimes like if he shoots like a 3-pointer, he'll be like, he shot that one from an Ukshuk.
Okay.
Or like a city far away.
Yeah.
But then sometimes he'll be like, razzle dazzle, Mr. Mazzle. I'm the kook and you're the juke. Jukebox that is, and play that song again, sweet Georgia Brown. He made a dunk. That's like one guy.
And they're like 3 plays ahead now. He's still going on.
And the other guy's like,
keep going.
okay, and
the
the
game's
score
over.
is this now.
The game's over.
But I love it. My favorite thing in basketball is that other guy. Never sure of his qualifications, usually a former player. Doesn't matter.
But former players are
60% of these guys are just insane, certifiably insane. Car bar, that's too far for a shot in my day, but that guy made it. 3 points.
I've never watched a full basketball game in my life. In fact, the only full sports game I've ever watched was maybe like a hockey game. I've never watched a full sports
But you've seen basketball scenes in movies.
Well, yes, and I've seen basketball on television, but I mean, I haven't really watched. I haven't sat down and go, "Oh, great, a basketball game! I'm going to watch it from beginning to end." I haven't done.
You're treating it like a film, right? When you say like that.
Yeah, well, that's what it is, sort of, right?
I treat basketball like shows. I got to watch it all. I'm right now. I'm in season 3.
Of basketball?
It is white as hell, but the layups are sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm binging.
You're watching every. Wait.
Yeah, I'm watching all basketball.
All basketball, like from the beginning?
Let me tell you right now, there is a quarrel over these peach baskets. So he cut the bottoms out of them. He needs those for his peaches. But I'm on season 3 right now of televised basketball, and it's good. I like it. I love it. It's a lot of guys that you imagine probably went home to the mill after they were done playing, big old white guys, and then people smoking cigars inside the arenas, and the broadcasters are racists.
Okay, what were I don't remember. Like, what were the teams back in that? Like when
Just anyone who wouldn't go to war.
Oh, okay.
It was all like war names. It was like the New York Generals and the Boston Lieutenant Governors, and the Minnesota. Go get 'em, boys! Take Hitler downs.
Yeah.
Just a bunch
so
of.
That's when it started. They started televising it during World War II.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Sure, whatever.
A while ago.
Yeah, fine. All right.
50s.
Yeah.
40s,
50s, 30s, when Hitler was still strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. They don't know that Hitler World War II actually kept going to like 1953.
They won't tell you that in your history class.
Yeah,
but they will tell you that on hitlerstillalive.com.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my news. And most of it has to be tangentially related to Hitler. So I don't know about a ton. My breadth of knowledge is narrow, but my knowledge of all things Hitler is deep and, some would say, fabricated. Do you know who did 9/11?
Who?
Hitler.
Of course he did. So that's what Hitler'sNotDead.com says?
Hitler's still, that one.
Hitler's still,
Whatever I said. Go to lemonparty.com. Type in Rick Roll.
No, I'm not going to type in Rick Roll or Lemon Party. That's at 2 old men bucking or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 3.
3.
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4.
I can't remember.
And sucking.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget sucking.
How did that become a thing? Like Lemon Party, just to... Yeah.
You used to prank your friends. Be like, yo, I found this cool website, lemonparty.org. And then they'd be like, why
It's
did you show me
It's
this?
an organization?
I think so.
It's not,
Is it?
I think it's Calm.
I don't know. Maybe it's Calm.
Stop trying to get so fancy. Ev's always bragging that he knows different URL suffixes. .au, he says. Well, this is fun. So, Andy, how are you feeling? How is your genetic composition in your body overall?
I mean, I don't feel evil, so I think I'm okay.
Feel no evil,
fine.
be no evil.
My organs are back to, I think, their normal size. Very weird to be shrunken and then have your organs bigger. So it was very weird.
You're eating a normal amount. You seem fine.
Yeah, I seem okay. I don't feel, although I would like to go to maybe a scientist or a medical doctor at some point. And hopefully...
If wishes were fishes, they'd swim in the sea.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was going to say. That's what my dad used to say. But yeah,
you're goddamn right it is.
Yeah, it is true. My dad said that. Yeah.
Ev, what's new with you?
I have been taking a lot of... Have you guys heard of nootropics? This is what Joe Rogan, a lot of podcasters are into this. Joe Rogan, Pete Holmes. It's basically, I'm on this thing called brain gas. And it's like a nasal spray, kind of like allergies, but it goes directly to your brain, and it just kind of helps you think.
Nice.
And I haven't been clearer ever since.
Yeah.
Is it the kind of it's the kind of drug that makes you really calm and sympathetic whenever transphobes try to explain their position?
Mm-hmm. That's the one. Yeah.
That's what logical means, by the way.
That's
Logical is, yeah.
I looked it up in the dictionary. They changed it. Webster's changed it. Now logical means very sympathetic to racist and bigoted views. Because rushing to conclusion is the worst thing a man can do.
You're right.
so.
Chick.
You got Andy.
Chick?
Maybe you should take some
The
brain
Chick
gas.
Razors slogan.
Oh,
You gotta take some brain gas, Andy.
It's like gasoline for your brain.
I mean, I just drink coffee
Turns
or
it
something. But
on.
yeah, I really should get into that. And I think we should
coffee's
start maybe
so bad for you.
Is it?
You gotta follow the Rogan diet. No liquor, no drugs, no coffee.
Just brain gas.
Float in. Kill yourself once a week. It's so cleansing.
Yeah.
And then he's resuscitated Flatliners style, and he always brings something back. And what he brings back is a bit of evil.
I haven't really watched a lot of Joe Rogan, but I mean, he takes both sides, right?
He really takes both sides from the only right wingers he brings on his show.
He had Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 on there.
Yeah, so he'll bring in conspiracy theorists who have clearly gone mad also.
3 hours of Tom DeLonge being like, "Oh man, I know crazy stuff from the government," and he's like, and Joe Rogan's like, "Can you give us one example?" He's like, "No, I can't tell you."
Wow.
Really?
And that's 3 hours, and it's riveting and smart. Anyway, check out Brain Gas.
Okay, I'm gonna check out Brain Gas. Well, I think we should get a sponsor at some point. I'd really love
Brain
to get a
gas.
sponsor.
Pow! I just shit my pants.
Yeah.
From Brain Gas. Speaking of guests who will be pushed aside so we can talk about ourselves, we have an insane guest here tonight. Now, I didn't know who to get. And then, lo and behold, I got a DM from this fella. Wow. He wrote me from Mexico. He is a fan of the podcast. And I'll be honest, I'm a fan of his films, at least the ones I've seen. So please welcome. Are you from Mexico?
Around there, around it.
Please welcome the, I know you'll believe me, acclaimed surrealist director, Alejandro Jodorowsky.
Yes. Hello, boys. You're all boys. To me, this is amazing. Being here with you in this space today.
Wow.
Thank you.
You sound, I don't know if this is how I would have assumed.
I am a man of the world.
Okay.
So I pick up words, sentences, colloquialisms from the globe and use them where I travel.
Oh, that sounds like a great get out of jail free card for what's to come.
Very broad, it's broad but specific.
I love this. Mr. Jodorowsky, I gotta say, I've only seen one, I saw The Holy Mountain. Well, you know what? You give our listener your filmography.
Well, I've only made 3 movies that I can remember.
Wow.
There's a cowboy movie.
Yes.
There's a movie about a mountain,
Holy Mountain.
a holy mountain. And there's a one I made recently. That one is quite forgettable. Even I haven't seen it.
Oh, you didn't see it.
You didn't see the movie you made.
It is because I don't do that.
You don't
I'm
watch
not
your
that type of filmmaker. I make the movie. I don't watch the movie.
No, of course.
Those are for you boys. Look at all the boys in this house.
Wow. He's
I'll watch
true.
it. I'll
We
watch
do
it.
have an abnormal number of boys today in the house.
so many boys in the
Those of
house.
us doing the podcast and then that collection of young boys who are on a field trip to watch us.
Yeah,
There's
true.
so many boys.
Yeah, that's from St. Margaret's Catholic School. They sent over some boys.
Did this have anything to do with the priest that you brought me to, or is this just something this
I think this is unrelated.
Oh, unrelated. Okay, fine.
There's
Sure.
a woman I'm seeing who
Just
teaches
throwing it out
it.
there. But
I'm
okay.
not a big fan of religion, organized religion.
You don't. Yes, you're not a big fan of
But I am a huge fan of unorganized religion.
unorganized religion. Like what's an example of unorganized religion?
Scientology, I believe.
That's pretty organized.
That's pretty organized.
If you know what I know about it.
Oh wow.
It's the real lunatics running the asylum, eh?
Scientology started deep in the Brazilian rainforest.
Doesn't sound true.
Well,
Huh?
Oh, he's raising his cup.
Well,
so
he raises his cup and he kind of tilts his head to the left.
that's
I
convincing.
mean, I believe it.
You raise your cup and eyebrows, and you tilt your head slightly to the left.
I'm
It's your
believing
old Mexican trick. Huh?
Oh, it's a trick.
we better make sure you're for sure Mexican.
Yeah, let's just check.
To tell you the truth, I'm actually Chilean.
Oh, you're Chilean.
Chile.
I'm so sorry. I got it wrong, and then you got
You
it
know
wrong.
what? I confirmed your...
But you were nice about it, and he didn't say anything. Yeah, but yes. Okay,
It's only because I move around. I'm a man of the globe.
That's right. Yeah, you've spent some time in Mexico.
I spent many times in Mexico.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Past times, future times. I believe it is about time now to delve into the boys, what it means to be a boy.
This is a great podcast for these group of boys to see then.
Absolutely, because masculinity is on the rise again.
Yes.
Oh, geez, I don't know if I like where this is going.
It's on the rise again.
Yeah, again, you know.
Was it on the decline? Okay.
It was on a steady decline only a few months ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And now it's taking a steep rise again.
And this makes you happy, Mr. Jodorowsky?
I have been listening to a man named Jordan Peterson.
Okay.
Do you know Jordan?
Yeah.
we know
I know.
Jordan.
I heard him on a
Jordan.
Joe
Perhaps you
Rogan
know
podcast.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from here in this city. He lives
That's
here.
right.
He lives in a house made of steak decorated with communist flags crossed out with spray paint.
I should film a movie in that house.
Yeah, that sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, you could call it
Yeah.
steakhouse or whatever the Chilean word is for that.
The Chilean word for that is yarmeche.
Almost certainly
Yeah,
not.
it's definitely not.
I've never said this with such confidence to a native Chilean before,
Exactly.
but I think you're wrong.
Well, you go to Chile and tell me then.
Okay, I'll go to Chile and tell you. I'll go to
From
Chile.
Chile.
I'll call you back in Toronto when I'm in Chile. What brings you? Are you just in Toronto for our podcast, or are you here for another reason?
No, I am here for another reason. I have to go to the AGO. A friend of mine is doing an art exhibit at the AGO.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm doing a speech about it.
Wow, who's the friend? What's the exhibit?
Do you know Faith Goldie?
Okay.
Her name is Faith Goldie.
Faith Goldie is not an artist. She doesn't have an exhibit at the AGO.
Well, this is the information that she shared with me.
No.
You came all this way from Chile to go to the AGO, and what, she does it? I don't know who Faith Goldie is.
Faith Goldie is
Faith
that
Goldie
woman who
is
like
a very progressive voice.
she got fired from Rebel Media for being too Nazi.
How did you meet Faith Goldie? Because you know Faith Goldie.
She had direct messaged me
Oh, she DM'd
She
you.
DM'd you.
through Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram,
Of course.
Yeah.
And she said, come. I said, okay. I'd never been to Toronto before. So I thought I'd come.
Wow. And she brought you she told you to go to the AGO.
And she didn't bring me. I came of my own accord.
I think she might be pranking you because she definitely doesn't have anything to the AGO. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like your politics are on the same level. So maybe she doesn't.
I don't know how much we know about old Jodorowsky here.
Yeah, I can tell you anything you want to know about me.
I feel like much of what you'll tell us is slander. Now, Alejandro Jodorowsky, I will. Some people might not know you from your '60s films,
Yes,
'70s films, but some people might know you from a documentary that came out in the last 10 years called Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yes.
And it's a documentary about how you were almost the director of the movie Dune.
Yes. I was the director of Dune.
That's right, but it never got made.
I have a book at my house.
Right.
You know, if you flip through it, you get a general idea of what the movie was. I mean, we made it. We just didn't go through the actual, the trials of tribulations
Like
of shooting the movie.
You didn't shoot it.
Yeah.
The
You-
part where it becomes a movie.
Yeah, that's the part that
So you
makes it-
directed a book.
Yes. That's a good way to say it. I should say that now.
I've seen they show the book in the movie. It's a big ass book. Really cool. You met H.R. Geiger, brought him out of the woodwork. He eventually worked on Alien. How do you feel? He worked on Alien and Aliens. How do you feel about finding all these cool artists and then other directors took advantage of them?
I feel betrayed.
Okay.
I feel angry, resentful, hate-filled,
Oh yeah, you're standing up and you're
vengeful,
you're sweating.
spiteful.
You're clenching your fists and
You're
you're sweating.
rage, blood. I feel like blood.
Yeah.
You know when blood just
Yeah.
shoots through every fiber of the sinew of your body?
Well, that's how you stay healthy. But yeah.
That's how I feel.
Okay. You feel blood running through your body.
I hate it. I can't believe they would do that to me. I gave them their careers.
Why did they take you off the film? What happened?
They said that I was too good.
They said you were too
I
good.
don't believe
Nah,
you.
they just said, they looked at me and said, your touch is too good, Alejandro. Let's get David Lynch to do it.
Yeah, who they
Let's
thought
get
was...
the boy David Lynch. He was a boy.
He was young, but you were young too, weren't you?
Never.
Okay.
Never young.
I try not to think about those years. The young years. I like my old years better.
Oh, yeah.
see.
Well, you're a ripe old age now. How old are you now?
92.
Wow.
You're 92.
You know,
I'm sure Wikipedia would agree.
I would
I
swear
stopped
you were
counting
91.
around my 70s, because it's art. Art is more important to me than age.
Okay.
That's true. R. Kelly did say age is nothing but a number.
R. Kelly, right?
And for the last time, stop quoting R. Kelly in a
did say
positive
it.
way.
Yeah.
He
Man.
did say it.
Robert Kelly, right? This is R?
I think so,
That's
yeah.
what R stands for?
Yeah?
Well, listen, Mr. Jodorowsky, you work in film. My son has a new show.
Yeah, I do have
This
it.
is mind-blowing to me that you kept this from me for so long.
Well, Dad, I mean, you never really asked about my life or my work, and
That's
you just
not how-
well, because you just assumed that I was a failure. You
Yeah.
just assumed because you wanted me to fail.
I based that assumption on evidence.
Yeah, but I actually have a show now. It's called Cavendish.
I've seen it. I
Yeah.
watched it with some of my aging PEI native friends.
Oh, really?
And they were furious.
They were furious.
According to them, you got a lot wrong.
Well, it's not necessarily supposed to be an accurate representation. It's a little surreal, I would say. It's not an accurate representation of Prince Edward Island, and I think that's what's happened. A lot of native Prince Edward Islanders are not fans.
Look,
I would
don't
say-
listen to them.
Yes, thank you.
You are artist. You listen to your own artistic sensibility.
Yeah. I mean, we might get canceled over it, but I mean, you never know, right?
No.
You never know.
Hey, you get canceled. This is Canada. I'm sure they'll just hand you another show after you get canceled, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Sometimes, but sometimes no.
most times no.
That's how it works everywhere else. You do
Yeah.
a show, it gets canceled, they give you another show.
Yeah. Well, you could go that route, or you could go the route of old Mike Bullard.
Oh, a comedic genius he is. I know.
Whoa.
him.
You're,
you know
wait,
Mike Bullard.
Alejandro Jodorowsky, you know and enjoy the work of Mike Bullard?
I am going. You know, my favorite episode of the Mike Bullard show is when Dennis Leary was on. Remember that?
No, I don't.
Dennis Leary was on the Mike Bullard show.
Truly two
Wow.
creative titans.
Two comedic geniuses.
Yeah, speaking to the working man.
Just waxing poetic.
Were
Wow,
they just
what-
riffing like crazy?
Oh,
Was there like riffs going back and forth?
I
at
bet
high
they had a
speed?
lot to say about fancy names for coffee
it was.
and whether that makes you gay.
It does. They
Okay.
concluded it does.
I believe it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Did you see the Tom Green episode? Did you like that one where he took a dead raccoon and put it on Mike Bullard's desk and Mike Bullard threw up on air?
Did I
Yeah,
loved
he
it.
vomited on air.
One of the most surreal things I've ever seen. In my life.
Yeah,
It was pretty surreal.
I wanted to put it in a movie.
That the dead raccoon
I
thing.
wanted to put a dead raccoon in a movie.
That'd be cool. I think you and Tom Green would be a fun pair.
Tom Green, I don't know of this Tom Green.
Well, he's the one who put the raccoon on the desk.
Yeah.
You know Mike Bullard, but not Tom Green?
Of course.
I am so curious about what other Canadian exports you're familiar with. So far, it's just Jordan Peterson, Faith Goldie, and Mike Bullard.
Oh, I love Canada. You pop out so many interesting characters like, who is the one?
No, this is correct how long it's taking you.
Who is the one? The old Leslie Nielsen.
Oh, that's a nice
Leslie
one.
Nielsen
He's
is a good one.
Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
That's a
yes.
change of pace. Yeah,
He's
we
very
like him.
Canadian.
Yeah,
What's your favorite Leslie Nielsen movie?
Oh, I would have to say Naked Gun 33 and a third.
I was so sure you were going to say Mr. Magoo.
Oh, no.
Mr. Magoo was.
It's a close second,
Yeah.
but a close second to Naked Gun 33 and a third.
I like that one.
I like Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Mel Brooks. Did you ever meet Mel Brooks in your
I
travels?
don't want to beat Mel Brooks.
Well, he's dead now.
He's dead. Yeah. You think Mel Brooks is a hack?
Wait,
You
is
think Mel Brooks is dead?
Yeah. What? I don't know. Is he dead?
I don't
He actually
think
might
so.
be alive.
I think he's alive.
Oh yeah, I think he got canceled on Twitter recently.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he said something pretty like bad, and then he
He
And
got
then people got mad.
canceled, and then I'm sure he's
And it was
just
like,
torn up over
this
it.
man's not a million years old.
Yeah, I mean, good
Maybe
God.
maybe we let him off the hook.
See what I mean? Don't listen to Mel Brooks. Listen to people like Jordan Peterson, Faith Goldie.
No, I think
These are characters.
I think Mel Brooks was sort of in line with that brand of thinking for this one thing he said.
Fair enough.
I think it was something just along the lines of people are offended too easily these days. Let everyone make their jokes. Probably what that means to Mel Brooks is like, what are you going to come after me for making a real comb when I say comb the desert? He's like, no, Mel Brooks, you're safe. You're allowed to make
From
your visual
Spaceballs,
puns. That's right.
Yes.
I loved that joke.
It was
As
a good
kid.
joke.
It was really funny. It was big. I just imagine the people actually having to make that giant.
I was not a kid when that movie came
No,
out.
you
I
weren't.
was still a grown man.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you
it was very funny.
Yeah, you're 92 years old, so that's
I am very,
very old.
very 92 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah.
I like Mel Brooks. He seems sweet, but you don't want to meet him.
No, he's...
You like his movie. You like Spaceballs.
Yeah, but again, I don't want to meet the artist. I want to enjoy the art, not the artist.
You were ready to meet Faith Goldie.
You know, you caught me in my own trap there, right? I was wooed by her cold black shark eyes. You know?
Oh, yeah. She does have
Those
those.
dead eyes just draw me in.
Can I ask you actually a quick question now? Because you're here,
James!
you don't like to explain your imagery, or do you like to explain your imagery?
If there is one thing I like to do, it's over-explaining the imagery in my movies.
Oh, really? So you like, because a lot of directors are like,
Yes.
look, I just let the art speak for itself, because I have so many questions about the Holy Mountain.
Oh, please, ask me anything. I can explain anything in great detail.
In great detail.
Jace.
Okay.
For the listeners at home, The Holy Mountain is a surrealist film from, I believe, the 60s, made by Alejandro Jodorowsky. And it's also the film that Andy watched during what I like to call his annoying stage.
Oh, I call it that.
Okay, it was when he was in his teen years and he didn't want to talk to me because I wasn't into art with a capital A. Just because I wanted to watch Fart Boy by the Farrelly Brothers, and he wanted to watch The Holy Mountain.
It's a genius film.
I think even you will admit this, Alejandro Jodorowsky. What would you rather watch? Your own film, The Holy Mountain, impenetrable, surreal,
Yes.
intellectual,
Yes.
or Fart Boy? It's Greg Kinnear. He's back, and it's him and a young Hayden Christensen as father and son who fart at the same time, and then their fart connects like tails wrapping around each other, and now they're stinky and they're stuck and they have to go to job interview after job interview, as brought to you by the Farrelly Brothers. And guess what? There's cum in their hair. What would you rather watch?
Fairley Brothers did Dumb and Dumberer.
More importantly, they did Stuck on You.
Oh, Stuck on You, and they also did Kingpin.
Did they do Dumb and Dumberer?
They
I
did.
believe they did Dumb and Dumberer, yes.
No, they
Yes.
didn't. They did Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh, with the T.O.
There's Dumb and Dumberer, and they were not part of Dumb and Dumberer. They wanted to let everyone know that in the DVD commentary for Dumb and Dumber.
Well, I would have to say Fart Boy. I've
You would
never
watch
seen
for-
it.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't even watched your own films. You don't watch your own films.
I haven't seen my own. Because I know my own films. I don't know Fart Boy. This sounds so intriguing.
It is really good. I think maybe they also did Shallow Hal.
Greg
Yeah, he
Kinnear.
did do Shallow Hal. That was a rough one.
I'm a huge fan of Greg Kinnear.
He's great. He can be good. He can be bad.
Is
Did they also do True Grit?
no.
They did True
Those
Grit.
are Coen. Those are the Coen.
Oh,
brothers.
Big
yeah.
Lebowski, they did Big Lebowski?
Yeah, the
That's
Farrelly
hilarious.
brothers made the Big Lebowski.
Oh, that movie was hilarious.
It's what people don't, they don't tell you that the Coen brothers is just a pen name for the Farrelly brothers when they get serious.
But I
when
think
they want to just silly it up,
Yeah.
they go under the Farrelly brothers.
didn't they make Green Book too?
Yeah, the Farrelly brothers
Yeah, they
made
Farrelly
Green
brothers, yeah,
Book.
they're-
No, I think they did. At least one of them did.
Is that right? One of the Farrelly brothers made Green Book? A single Farrelly?
I think it's true. I
Maybe
think he won an
maybe
Emmy
one of
for
the
it.
Farrelly brothers is incredibly
Oscar.
serious, but
And
he's
the
just
other
along
one's
for
like
the ride.
the other one's like
Yeah.
a dog jerking off.
You know, I
Who
will
for
say,
some reason
please.
gets 50%
in my
of
younger
most of their
days, I
creative
directed
ideas.
movies with my brother.
I still have not asked you a question about your movie because
Oh, yes,
I'm
please.
trying to find out the opening scene where there's two naked women and they're kind of like bowing their heads, and
Yes,
this
and I
man
am shaving their
the man's
heads.
shaving, and he's in like what seems to be some sort of, I guess, like a kind of priest kind of costume or something like that. Or
Yeah, I mean, if you know magic, Do you know the
The
ability
game magic? Oh no, the ability, just magic.
Just magic in
Yeah, I've
general,
heard
yeah.
of magic.
He
Yes,
is a
Idea.
magician.
so he's a magician.
That's right.
And he's shaving them.
Two
Why?
women are supposed to be his spells, you know? He needs organic substance to make magic.
Okay.
Oh, so it's
So
not so
he
much
is-
a symbol. It's just that's the plot.
That's the whole plot, yes.
So would you say your movie is actually not symbolic? It's just
No,
a
it's
plot that we
very
don't
on the
understand?
nose. There's
Okay.
nothing deep in it.
Oh, it's just on the
Wait.
nose. So it's a magician making some magic with two naked women. And then how do you explain the guy who is very Jesus-like?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he falls into the ground while
Yes.
all these naked boys throw rocks at
Yes.
him. That's just literally how does that connect with that last scene?
Well, I mean, it doesn't. This is a montage of just different things that were going on in my mind.
Oh, okay. So there's no
Okay.
plot. It's just a random
No, I
montage of
mean,
things.
what is to look into a Jesus figure falling in a hole with a bunch of boys throwing rocks at him?
I don't know.
Pretty self-explanatory, I
These
think.
are hey,
So,
this
like,
guy, I like this guy.
When you made that, you'd be like, you know, what'd be nuts is like, what if a guy kind of like Jesus fell in a hole and some kids threw rocks at him?
I saw this guy, he looked like Jesus.
Yeah,
I saw all these boys,
yeah,
a hole beside the boys.
yeah.
I say, hey, Jesus guy, just jump in the hole. I say, boys, just throw rocks at them. It looked good, didn't it?
It did. It did
See,
look good.
that's
I
why
thought-
that's why I filmed it.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, so when there was that scene with where all the people were lined up and they got shot and then birds flew out of their chests.
Yes.
Instead of blood, it was birds. It was different colored blood.
Yes,
That's
that
just
looked-
because it looked cool. It
it
did
looked
look
cool, didn't it?
It did look cool.
Yes, that actually was a symbol for just food.
For food.
So that one was a symbol.
that
That
was a
one
symbol.
was a symbol. This is where I pick specific things that are very far-reaching symbols. You take a very long walk to connect what I meant to the visual.
I see.
Okay.
And what's
Okay.
with the guy's big hat?
Yeah, what's with the big
The
hat?
magician's big hat.
This is the
Big
question
hat.
we want to know.
That was actually a symbol. Another symbol. Do you want to
Well,
guess?
Sounds like there's a lot of
There's a lot of symbols. So
Yes.
yeah,
Is
okay,
it a symbol
what's the-
for he has a big head?
Oh, so he needed the big hat to fit on his big head.
That's
That's not quite
That's
how we think
beautiful,
of
man.
symbolism.
That was a big.
That was a big secret.
That was a big secret. You got that bang on. No one has ever got that.
Well, I think it's because of this nootropic I've been taking, brain gas. I am smarter.
And
Yeah.
this is just a student at Ryerson? He
He's-
should be a professor.
May I say,
what
a
I
very
said.
mature student. He's way too old.
I'm older than most of my professors. They are.
Yeah, how old are you, Everardo?
I'm 30, and most of my professors are about 24, 25.
Yeah, Generation Z professors.
You look you look like a 40, 45.
Well, thank you. That's the
that's
nicest
not a
thing anyone
compliment.
said about me.
We do like to say in this household, Everardo gets way older by the day. Give him a day, he'll age a year. That's our saying for Everardo.
I do have Jack disease, so
Yeah.
then
Are you
maybe that's
familiar
part
with
of it.
Francis Ford Coppola's Jack?
Yes, one of my favorite movies.
You like it?
I just love the performance by Robbie Williams.
Oh, yeah. I like
Beautiful.
hearing you say that name.
Robbie Williams.
Okay,
It's
change
different.
that
It's
time.
different. Yeah.
Robbie Rala.
Oh, yeah, that's not even the name
getting
anymore.
worse.
You know Ribby Willie?
Yeah.
Ribby Willie.
You guys know Ribby Willie? He did the voice for Jenny in
Jenny.
Alada.
Alada.
I remember when
Are you
Ribby...
having a stroke? I don't know
Remember
if
when
it's your
Ribby
accent.
Willie
names.
did the voice of Janny in Aladdin?
What do you think of the genie? What do you think of the Will Smith genie?
I was brought in by the gentleman who directed the new Alada movie.
Who was it?
Guy Ritchie.
No.
I think
Guy
so.
Ritchie?
I don't know why I know.
100% is Guy Ritchie.
What the
That
fuck?
is no lie.
What? So like
No.
the genie's gonna be like, all right, Notch.
Oh wait, Guy Ritchie is directing Aladdin. You're right. I'm so blown away by that.
The
What?
great thing is Guy Ritchie is from India.
Are people gonna be like, oi, street rat,
Yes.
give us a quid, you fuck? Give us a fucking quid, street rat.
Rub off his
You'll never
hands.
be fucking Prince Street Rat. You fuck. I'm fucking Genie. You
tell you-
fuck.
I've seen the early cut. There's tons of that in there.
What's that guy's name? Vinny something? It was always just a big fucking
Yeah.
block of meat
Yes,
in every Guy Ritchie movie.
Vinny, he used to play football.
Vinny Jones or something?
Vinny Jones!
He's Abu. I bet he's Abu. Oh, don't fucking kiss her, mate. It's you and me, mate. You fucking street rat.
Jason Statham plays Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, He's fucking lamp after rap. He's a very quiet man. You
Yeah.
ever notice?
Yeah.
That man never yells.
I don't remember who plays it, but the voice of the big tiger that comes out of the sand to
yes.
open up the cave to find the lamp, and he's like, "Oi, only the fucking diamond in the rough gets this fucking lamp, but not the fucking diamond in the rough who gets this fucking lamp down the pub."
I believe that was oh goddamn, what's his name?
Russell Brand?
Russell Brand.
Russell
plays it.
Brand!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I like when he's like, so there's an election day and everyone's gonna vote for the new king, and then he kind of he's like, don't vote for anything.
I have to say, that was an amazing Russell Brand impression.
Thank
really
you.
felt
Well,
like he was
I don't
there.
know. I guess I'm just kind of a natural at this kind of thing.
Are you good at impressions, Everardo?
Well, I guess so. I can do a Marge. You know Marge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we know Marge? You mean from The
Do
Simpsons?
we know Marge?
She's always like, Homer, come have dinner.
Oh my
It's
god.
Marge.
That's Marge always calling Homer for
Yeah.
dinner.
Well, you know what, Alejandro Jodorowsky?
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Everybody likes to scream and shout.
That's the way we sing this song. Tell us if it's wrong.
Everyone who wants to see, come along and join with me.
Jodorowsky, that's how
Yoda-
you make a film.
Jodorowsky,
Jodorowsky, that's how you make a film. If you want it, start with camera. Just kidding, start with book.
Dune or Holy Mountain, I don't know, but take a look.
Hey, come with me down this path. Don't tell your parents.
Take your eye and take your nose and put together all the grows.
What just happened?
What do you mean? This is
That
Chilean
was
national
amazing.
anthem.
Do you
That
like?
was amazing.
You've never heard the Chilean national anthem before?
I guess not. No.
It's a song that's mostly about Jodorowsky leading an unguarded child down a road
It
to
takes
become a grove.
Yes,
And
it takes a lot of. There's a lot of information to unpack.
You know, I've written a few national anthems in my day.
No.
Yeah,
For who?
name a nation. I've written their anthem. I bet.
The country of Sierra Leone.
Yep, I wrote that.
Okay.
Sierra Leone. Now that you're here, you will stay for a long time. We'd love to have you. Check out the diamonds. Some of them are made with the bad way.
You put that in.
Yep.
That's cool that they let that slide.
What about Croatia?
Oh, I wrote the Croatian national anthem for sure.
Get out of here.
You've probably heard of Yugoslavia. Well, it broke up not too long ago. It's the 90s now. We're not Serbia. We're the other one.
That was so rocking. That's a very rocky sound.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
I recorded that with Billy Joel.
Whoa.
You've probably heard of Yugoslavia. Ooh, now, baby, it's a bunch of spots. But we're the only country that knows how to rock.
Oh.
Check out our beaches and our peaches. Croatia, the home of rock and roll.
Whoa. You wrote that with Billy Joel?
Yeah, I wrote that with Billy Joel.
The piano man himself?
That's right. He plays piano on it. He goes, I go, bring it down, Billy. It's the only national anthem with a breakdown. And then he goes, now. He's like playing that. He's like running his elbow up and down the keys like Little Richard. And at one point he goes, break out. And then you hear a children's
what
chorus.
does he say?
Break out.
Oh, the breakout part of the song. Yes, yes.
And then we wrap it up by going, from the seeds of tragedy grew a country. We call it Croatia, but we call it home.
Oh.
That's right. I think I actually heard that on the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you would have, yes.
Yeah,
Really nice.
Billy Joel was not available, but they got a very convincing Billy Joel impersonator to do him. From Vegas.
That is beautiful.
His name?
Wow.
Silly Joel. He does a lot of Billy Joel covers, tributes, but they're all a bit sillier.
Silly Joel.
He wears those glasses where your eyeballs kind of slinky out of the frame.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Those.
Yeah.
What about the one with the arrow where it looks like it's going through your head?
Yeah, he's the Steve Martin arrow hat. He wears
Yeah.
that for sure. And he sort of switches the songs usually during his Vegas act. Like instead of Piano Man, he'll do like
Piano Dan.
Dan.
What about the one where he
Sing
says,
us a song,
we
you're
didn't
the
start the
piano
fire?
man. Oh,
he
yeah.
says, we did start the fire.
Yeah, he says we
fully
did.
admits to starting it.
Yeah, and then he'll sort of switch up the words that he says really fast.
Yeah, it'd be like
Shaquille O'Neal.
Pterodactyl, Billie Jean, everybody Washington Sheen, everybody Charlie Sheen, look
Everybody
at me, I'm
Martin
Billie
Sheen,
Jean.
yeah.
Martin Sheen, yes. Badlands of turtle doves, everybody rocking gloves. You took me, and I say you.
Oh, we didn't start the sheeny. Yeah,
But we did start the fire burning.
that's right.
Oh, that's great.
Silly Joe is the best.
It's like an angel wrote this music.
Well, before Andy goes, really quick, we're going to get to my favorite part of the podcast.
Ooh.
Mr. Jodorowsky, you're a fan, so you know this segment is...
Who is the people in the everyday your life?
That's right.
That's true.
And the answer to that is my son, my friend Everardo, and Alejandro Jodorowsky. And now we move past that, my favorite segment, into my least favorite segment, which is Ev's Trivia, or whatever he did instead of that this week. With your buddy Everardo, no one gonna know your name. Take it,
All
Ev.
right. So this is not a trivia game, but it's a game that we can all kind of participate on. It's called Log Lines, and it kind of works out because we got two really great directors here.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll all kind of come up with our own log lines for a movie or show, and then, like, not the real log line, make our own, and then the other people guess what movie we're talking about. Does that make sense? What? So, like, I'll make a log line for a movie.
What the hell are you talking about?
This is the correct response to this segment.
You what?
This is a very easy
Holy
game.
shit, you made Alejandro Jodorowsky so mad, and that boy's coming over.
God, I swear, if you don't explain yourself, I'll
Okay, so
smack this boy.
basically, pitch a movie in like one sentence. Yeah, I'll go first. Maybe this will be an example.
Yes,
We'll
yes,
clear things
sure.
up. Okay, so this is a log line for a movie. This is a movie. What movie is this? A guy finds an object that makes him annoying.
The Mask.
Shallow Hal. Oh, yeah, The Mask.
It actually is The Mask.
Hey!
See what I mean?
Oh,
Like, so
yeah,
it's like not the real log line, like an alt log line, and we'll try to guess.
Okay.
Sure.
Is that fun?
Okay.
I don't know.
This is the segment that we love to call Is That Fun?
Is this
with
fun?
Everardo. Is it something? Is it nothing? Is it fun? Is that fun? With Everardo.
Okay, so just to start off, I'll do another one, and then you guys guess.
Okay.
Okay, and then you guys do one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is another movie, a coming-of-age story about a girl whose mom is kind of a bitch.
Jeez.
Coming of age story. Right?
Coming of age. Coming of age.
Lady Bird.
I'm going to
nice.
go with Lady Bird.
It is Lady Bird.
Wow! Wait!
I guess that's why you're a famous director. You're
Yes,
very good
of
at it.
course.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
I'll try one.
I always started with a log line. That's how you started the movie.
That's what I read in
Think the
one
log line,
website.
and everything is based around that.
I'll try one. A hobbit becomes Lord of the Rings.
The Hobbit Part 2.
That's correct.
Hey, you're good at this game too.
Well, I did invent this game, maybe.
You guys want to try? You want to
you
try one
guys
now,
wanna
Andrew
try?
Jodorowsky?
Sure.
Yes, all right. Little man takes care of big plant.
The Little Shop of Horrors.
Hey, of course.
That's nice. That's
Yes.
nice. I got one. I got another one.
You got okay. You got another one.
A fella named Hal is a bit more shallow than one would hope. Until a miracle, and then he thinks, and then he changes.
HAL 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That's correct. That's correct.
Fantastic.
This is my favorite line from 2001: A Space Odyssey. He goes,
Dave, how come when you did a cannonball into that pool, the splash was so big? Even though your body is so thin, Dave.
"That's my favorite.
That's great.
That's my favorite line from 2001: A Space Odyssey."
I have to see this movie.
Yeah,
It
it's a
sounds
great movie.
fantastic.
Everardo, give us one last one to close it out.
Okay, one last one. Let's see. A guy gets fucked by slime.
Oh, Ghostbusters.
No, I think this one.
A
Oh,
little
it's
more
not.
modern.
But he did. But you could argue that
It could
Peter
be
Venkman
Ghostbusters.
got fucked by slime.
I have to say, is this Green Book directed by one of the Farrelly brothers?
It's not Green Book. No, I'm sorry.
I'm trying so hard to think of this. It's not the best exotic marigold hotel.
It could be, though.
Maybe a guy gets fucked by
slime.
slime.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's a movie that has been referenced several times on this podcast.
What?
And maybe that's hard for Andy
this
because
specific one?
he's never listened to this. But yes,
I don't listen to the podcast.
Flatliners?
That's interesting. Is a metaphor for death. Fucked by slime is not terrible.
Oh, jeez. Everardo, you...
I guess maybe he's not so much fucked by slime, but he makes out with slime.
Oh, that's Venom, baby.
It's Venom.
I was
That's
going
right.
to say Flubber. Flubber is good. Starring
It
the
could have
Venom,
been-
Venom,
it could have
get
been
'em,
Flubber.
better get 'em, nenum, venom, genum. Fuck you, Haley.
I gotta watch Venom. Everyone's talking, but it's like the best ironically bad movie or something.
No, it's just bad.
It's just bad.
It's
But Everardo loves it.
I like it.
Him and his friends back in Halifax are head over heels for fucking Venom.
I see nothing wrong with any superhero movie that's ever been made. All
Everardo,
300 of them.
You have no pulse.
Wow.
I don't get it. People are always like, there's too many superhero movies, but no one's ever like, there's too many comedy movies. You know?
Because it's
just
not-
another
it's
kind of
not-
movie.
it's not a genre.
Superheroes
No,
a subgenre.
It's a subgenre. They're very bad.
You know what we say? There's
Doctor
too many.
Strange?
We say there's too many superhero movies, and then we also say there's too many Farrelly Brothers brand spoof movies. We also say that.
It's true.
Well, they haven't made one in a
while.
while. I don't think
That's
Green
true.
Book is one.
My favorite part in Green Book.
Green Book is not that.
my
Even
favorite.
when Mahershala Ali puts that jizz in his hair.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
Well, you know what, Alejandro Jodorowsky, this has been illuminating, at times offensive.
So, and this was just the intro? Now we get rolling into the whole show?
It honestly would not surprise me if Alejandro Jodorowsky somehow searched out podcasts that mention him, and then we get a cease and desist
Well,
letter.
yeah, my son certainly does that.
Can I say something about Jodorowsky's Dune, your documentary?
Please.
You appear to be, or at least according to him, are friends with Nicholas Winding Refn.
Yes.
Not a cool guy in that documentary.
Yeah, no, he is a big weirdo. I feel like I need to pull out of that friendship.
Yeah, he doesn't come across very... He seems like a bit of a hanger-on.
Also, I was really interested to see Drive, and then I saw it, and I was like, whoa, yawn alert. You know what I mean? I was
You didn't like
yawning
it? You
the
didn't
whole
like
thing.
it? You didn't like it? You don't like it when he beats the shit out of the guy in the elevator?
No. I didn't also like when he drove. Your movie is called Drive. How many times did he drive? Maybe 2-3 times.
Oh, you didn't drive enough for you.
I wanted non-stop driving.
Oh, you wanted a movie about driving.
It was like, you see the movie Gravity?
Yeah.
I was expecting wall-to-wall gravity in that.
There wasn't... It was almost...
Literally zero gravity.
It was honestly... It should have been called No Gravity.
Should be gone no- And then they spoiled the ending of their movie
Why?
because you know what comes in at the end?
What?
Gravity.
Oh, shit. They saved Gravity for the end.
Right at the end, you see a little bit of gravity.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You wanted more Gravity.
I want it packed to the brim with gravity.
You fucking love Gravity, man.
Oh, just the idea, the theory, the theory of gravity.
Right.
It's what holds us down.
That's right.
It's
That's
one of the
true.
strongest forces in the universe.
I feel like there must be a lot of movies you don't like because the title's just a bit misleading.
100%.
Reservoir Dogs, I'm assuming you didn't like that.
There was no reservoirs in that.
Yeah.
I'm very big on the keeping of hydro power.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, you love science.
And dogs. No dogs.
There was, I don't think, a single dog in
I
that
don't
movie.
think one dog.
Yeah. That's upsetting. I can see why you'd be upset. The Wolf of Wall Street?
I mean, Wall Street very heavily focused on that movie.
Cool, but
Where were the wolves?
where were the wolves?
No wolves.
No wolves.
Even that movie, Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Yeah. Where the fuck were the cats and dogs?
I only heard lies about them.
Although I did hear a rumor that Uma Thurman's character is played by a cat.
Sadly, I have to go pick up my own son.
Oh, you gotta go pick up your boy.
I have to go pick up my boy.
He's old.
He's old, but he's still like, hey, Papa, come and get me. I have stupid feet, so I have to go and pick up my stupid boy.
I get it. If there's one thing we can agree on in this podcast is that we hate young boys.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here, acclaimed director Alejandro
Oh,
Jodorowsky.
thank you for having me. I learned so much.
If you could say, if there's an improviser whose work people could check out in Toronto,
Yes.
improviser / comedic actor / whatever else you want to call him, is there anyone that you would say off the top of your head and then maybe how they can find him on Twitter?
Oh, yes. I would say, if you can, follow. His name is Bill Thanis. If you know Bill.
Okay. Is there anyone else?
There is this young man, I know.
Yeah.
His name is, oh God, what's his name? Chris Wilson.
Okay.
If you know Chris Wilson.
Okay, but is there anyone else you might want to recommend?
There's this other young up-and-coming, he's a bit of a ham. His name is Chris Locke. If you know Chris Locke. Also, many Chris's. If you know this other guy, Chris Siddiqui. Do you know him?
Who's that?
Oh, this man, he's a very controversial figure.
Oh.
He is a very vulgar man.
Oh, I see.
So you follow him on Twitter. You follow him on Instagram.
How would we find him on Twitter or Instagram? Does he have a handle?
His handle is at Siddiqs, SIDDIQS. And his Instagram is at the Siddiqs.
Oh, easy. That's easy to do.
Right? But I would
check
highly
him out.
suggest Chris Wilson and Chris Locke over Chris Siddiqui.
It's a Chris Fiesta here. And please check out Alejandro Jodorowsky's new film coming soon, I hope, which of course is called...
Jodorowsky's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Of course, a documentary about how he almost, or perhaps had no chance ever, of supplanting Christopher Columbus, the director.
That's right.
And directing the first Harry Potter film. Which I wish we would have seen. I'm sure you would have really put Daniel Radcliffe through the ringer.
I have a very good book if you want to see it.
Take a quick look at this. Yep, that's a naked young Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes.
And that's him being stabbed in the first 5 minutes and birds flying out of his chest. And then it appears that from that point on, we just follow the birds.
That's it.
That would have set up a cool franchise, I have to say.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jodorowsky. Thank you on behalf of my absent, rude boy, Andy, who will be punished in the next episode with malice. I'm going to shrink him down. I'm going to grow his dick. He's going to think I'm being nice, but it'll be too heavy. He's going to have to lug it around. Honey, I shrunk the kids, but I blew up their organs, their genitals, that is. And they're fucked now. It's too big and they're in pain.
What a great father this is.
On behalf of Absentee Andy and, of course, Everardo Ramirez, and, of course, our producer, Stephen McLeod. Thank you, Stephen.
Gracias.
Okay, bye, everyone. Farewell. Goodbye. Thank you. Hasta la vista.